Luciano, absent. Freeholder Richardson.
Here.
Freeholder Sebo.
Here.
Freeholder Toro.
Present.
Freeholder President Timberlake.
Here. Thank you. Please stand to salute our flag. And I'm going to ask that Freeholder Johnson please lead us in the salute. United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Freeholder Luciano and Freeholder Vice President Gill are now present with us. I have before me a certificate.
Nobody came and got me, but thank you.
Okay. I have before me
That was on time.
a certification of the clerk that this meeting is indeed in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Madam Clerk, are there any transcripts to be approved?
Madam President, there are none.
Okay, do we have any topics of discussion?
Madam President, there are none.
Okay, then let's move to the public comment session for members of the public that are here tonight and also watching at home on TV. Tonight's meeting is a board meeting, so we will vote on every item on our agenda. And if you see us moving quickly, it's because these items were discussed in great detail at our last week's conference meeting, and they've also been discussed in leadership meetings. So with that said, if there's any member of the public wishing to speak on agenda items only, please come forward, state your name and affiliation for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak, monitored by the clock to my right. Okay, Madam Clerk, let the record reflect no one's wishing to speak on agenda items only. If we have any member of the public wishing to speak on any issue at all, please come forward to the microphone. Okay, Madam Clerk, let the record reflect we have no one wishing to speak on any issue at all. Do we have any ordinances or resolutions on introduction and first reading?
Madam President, we have none.
Okay, and how about any ordinances or resolutions for listing purposes only?
Yes, we have ordinance. We have ordinance on second reading and public hearing listing only. Ordinance 1, ordinance number O-2015-00017, ordinance amending the Essex County District Solid Waste Management Plan inclusion of the contract by and between the Essex County Utilities Authority and Waste Management of New Jersey for the transfer, transportation, and disposal of type 1323 non-processable portion and 27 non-hazardous industrial waste, solid waste generated within Essex County, and direction of all waste types 13, 23, and 27 to the Waste Management of New Jersey Transfer Station in Elizabeth, New Jersey, pursuant to regulatory waste flow control. Ordinance number 2, ordinance number O-2015-00018, ordinance establishing the year 2016 fee schedule of the Essex County Parks and Recreations and Facilities.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Do we have any ordinances for second reading and public hearing?
Madam President, we have none.
Okay, then let's move to resolution number 1. Please read.
Resolution number 1, Department of Administration and Finance, Office of Human Resources, contract with Aetna and County of Essex for health maintenance and prescription plan coverage for the county employees and eligible retires for 2016, amount not to exceed $98,718,770.
Okay, thank you. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Okay, Mr. McInerney?
Madam President, as you know, we've had discussions with regard to this resolution and this contract going back quite a few months. The board was updated at our last meeting by our consultants, and at this point in time, it's on the agenda to be approved. So I see no reason not to move forward on it.
Thank you. Ms. Lum? Okay. Freeholders, do I have a motion and second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Luciano, second by Freeholder Bobadilla. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bobadilla.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder Toro.
Yes.
Freeholder President Timberlake.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Please move to resolution number 2 and read.
Resolution number 2, Office of the County Council Amendment to Professional Services Agreement to provide legal services regarding Essex County Correction Officers, PBA Local 382 et al. Versus County of Essex, et al. Docket number ESX-C 191-12, representing the County of Essex and Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Essex, Chiesa, Shanigan, and Gio Tomasi, adding an amount not to exceed $25,000.
Thank you. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Mr. McInerney?
No questions, no comments, Madam President.
Ms. Salam? Do I have a mover and a second?
Move it.
Moved by Freeholder Richardson,
I'll second.
second by Freeholder Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Toro,
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo,
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson,
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano,
Yes.
Freeholder Jones,
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson,
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill,
Yes.
Freeholder Bobadilla, Freeholder President Timberlake,
Yes.
so moved.
Thank you. I'd like for us to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 together. Please read.
Resolution 5, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, resolution in accordance with the ordinance O-2004-00015, waiving the reference to 1998 budget levels for the annual 2016 release and acceptance of the allocation of funds from the Essex County Recreation and Open Space Trust Fund. Resolution 6, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs resolution authorizing the release and acceptance of the allocation of funds from the Essex County Recreation and Open Space Trust Fund to continue park maintenance staffing for year 2016, amount not to exceed $4,488,122. Resolution 7, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs resolution authorizing the release and acceptance of the allocation of funds from the Essex County Recreation and Open Space Fund for 2016 various park improvements, amount not to exceed $125,000. Resolution 8, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs authorization to use the Essex County Recreation and Open Space Trust Fund to fund the Turtleback Zoo Condor Exhibit Design Services in the amount not to exceed $90,000.
Thank you. Freeholders, do you have any questions regarding any of the resolutions 5, 6, 7, or 8? Mr. McInerney?
On resolution number 5, Madam President, just to repeat my comments of the last meeting, that I think we really need to take a look at this resolution and see whether or not we need to keep introducing it every year. I think it's become obsolete.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. McInerney. Ms. Salam? Okay. Do we have a mover and a second to take 5 through 8? Moved by Freeholder Seabolt,
I'll second.
second by Freeholder Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bobadilla. Freeholder Vice President Gill.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder Toro.
Yes.
Freeholder President Timberlake.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. And I just would like to reiterate that tonight's meeting is a board meeting. So if you're at home watching on TV or if you're here tonight, you're going to see us moving quite rapidly. And that's simply because we have already discussed these issues previously at our meeting last week, as well as in leadership meetings. With that said, let's move to resolution number 9 and 11. And please read.
Resolution 9, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, Professional Services Agreement to provide engineering and design and discretion management services for Condor Exhibit, raised bison, walkway, and other improvements at Turtleback Zoo, French and Perello Associates, $90,000. Resolution 11, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, Professional Services Agreement to provide engineering environmental services for underground storage tanks remediation at various Essex County locations. AECom technical services amount not to exceed $124,172. Madam President, any additional ones, or it's just those two?
These two. Mr. McInerney?
No comments, Madam President.
Freeholders? Questions or comments? Ms. Salam? Okay, do I have a mover and a second? Moved by Freeholder Bobadilla, second by Freeholder Seabold. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Toro?
Yes.
Freeholder Seabold?
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson?
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano?
Yes.
Freeholder Jones?
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson?
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill?
Yes.
Freeholder Bobadilla? Freeholder President Timberlake?
Yes,
So moved.
thank you. Please move to resolutions 15 and 16.
Resolution 15, Department of Economic Development, Training and Employment, Division of Training and Employment, contract with Essex County College to provide basic skill high school equivalency test prep program for out-of-school youth. Second year option, amount not to exceed $112,020. Resolution 16, Department of Economic Development, Training and Employment, Division of Training and Employment, authorization to enter into individual training agreements with vendors under the approved state of New Jersey eligible training providers list, January 1st, 2016 through December 31st, 2016, amount not to exceed $5,500,000 grant funding.
Thank you. Freeholders, any questions or comments regarding 15 or 16? Mr. McInerney?
No questions, no comments.
Ms. Salam? Do you have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Toro, second by Freeholder Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bobadilla. Freeholder Vice President Gill.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Seabold.
Yes.
Freeholder Toro.
Yes.
Freeholder President Timberlake.
Yes,
So moved.
thank you. Please move to resolutions 18 and 19 and read.
Resolutions 18, Department of Administration and Finance Office of Purchasing authorization for Essex County participation in the Bergen County Cooperative Pricing System, date of award through January 21st, 2018. Resolution 19, Department of Administration and Finance Office of Purchasing, contract award with West Publishing Corporation to provide Westlaw research data and related library materials for all Essex County using agencies January 22nd, 2016 through January 21st, 2017, amount not to exceed $500,000.
Thank you. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Mr. McInerney?
No questions, no comments.
Ms. Salam? Do you have a mover and a second to take 18 and 19? Moved by Freeholder Jones,
Second.
second by Freeholder Richardson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Okay, Freeholder Toro.
Yes.
Freeholder Seabold.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill.
Yes.
Freeholder Bobadilla. Freeholder President Timberlake.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, commendations that were read into the record last week, I would like to omit from reading today. However, the ones that need to be read into the record that are new, freeholders, I'm soliciting your help here. Did we read into the record those commendations honoring the service members for the Valor Awards?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, do I have a mover and a second to take commendation 20 through 36 together?
I'll second it.
Okay, moved by Freeholder Bobadilla, second by Freeholder Jones. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bobadilla. Freeholder Vice President Gill.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Seabold.
Yes.
Freeholder Toro.
Yes.
Freeholder President Timberlake.
Yes,
So moved.
thank you. Please move to resolution number 37. Do I have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Seabold.
I'll second.
Free-
Through you, Madam President, I'd like to be added to
Okay. Second by Freeholder Richardson. And, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Toro,
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo,
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano,
Abstain.
Freeholder Jones,
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson,
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill,
Yes.
Freeholder Bobadilla, Freeholder President Timberlake,
Yes.
so moved.
Thank you. Accommodation number 38. Can you read into the record?
Yes,
I believe this is a newer one, huh?
I believe it is.
Okay,
I don't recall.
please read.
Resolution 38, commendation honoring Eyes Like Mine, sponsored by Freeholder Richardson.
And if you could please also read accommodation 43, 44, and 45.
Commendation 43, honoring Stephanie Chirich for being named the 2015 New Jersey State Girls Tennis Player of the Year by the Star Ledger, sponsored by Freeholder Sebald and Luciano. Commendation 44, honoring the Milburn High School girls tennis team for winning the 2015 Group 3 State Championship and Tournament of Champions, sponsored by Freeholder Sebald and Luciano. Resolution commendation 45, honoring the Milburn High School, girls tennis double team of Isabella Wang and Sydney Zierlin for winning the 2015 NJSIAA Doubles Tournament State Championship and the Essex County Doubles Championship, sponsored by Freeholder Sebald and Luciano.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to
move
take
that.
38, 43, 44, and 45? Moved by Freeholder Sebald,
Second.
second by Freeholder Richardson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Toro,
Yes.
Freeholder Sebald,
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson,
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano,
Yes.
Freeholder Jones,
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson,
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill,
Yes.
Freeholder Bobadilla, Freeholder President Timberlake,
Yes.
so moved.
Thank you. Let's go jump back to resolution number 39. Please read.
Resolution 39, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs enabling resolution for the State of New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Green Acres Program, Essex County Multi-Park Grant, $1,650,000.
Okay, please read resolution number 40 as well.
Resolution 40, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, accept and execute Green Acres Project Agreement, Multi-Park Improvement Grant, $1,650,000.
Okay, Ralph, Mr. Chilella, can you please explain these two resolutions, 39 and 40, and let us know why we're being asked to take action on it as a added starter?
Thank you, Madam President. This particular grant from Green Acres, the state of New Jersey, we've already funded these projects. These are housekeeping resolutions that the state requires, an enabling resolution as well as acceptance of the grant. We are doing that this evening. The urgency is that in order to seek reimbursements before the end of this year, these resolutions must be passed so that we can get reimbursed. And these projects, Madam President, if I could refresh the board's memory, relate to the Wheat Lake Park Playground, the Glenfield Park Playground, and a piece of the Wheat Lake Park Oval Track project.
Thank you. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Mr. McInerney?
No questions on this, Madam President.
Ms. Salam? Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please read resolutions 41 and 42?
41, 2015 County Budget Agreement and insertion of items of revenue from the New Jersey Transit for New Jersey Job Access and Reverse Commute. 2015 in New Jersey JARC 1DHS/TIF, $200,000.
42?
42, 2015 County Budget Agreement, insertion of revenue from New Jersey Transit for New Jersey Job Access and Reverse Commute, 2016 in New Jersey, JARC, JARC to $480,000.
Mr. Chillo, can you please explain resolutions 41 and 42?
Yes, Madam President. The urgency on these two as well is the state also is requesting that our governing body approve the budget insertions as well as the grant agreement by year end of this year. These particular dollars, as you know, go toward our JARC transportation program. This is a program that's highly successful. It provides transportation in off hours to areas of the county that are not accessible by New Jersey Transit, as well as transportation down to Penn Station. They usually occur in the evening, and these are funds that the county is receiving from New Jersey Transit.
Thank you. Mr. McInerney?
This is part of the night out is part of this as well?
Correct.
Okay. That's it.
Ms. Salam? Freeholders? Okay, hearing no questions, I like this resolution. Anything that we can do to transport people so that they can get to and from work and be an added help to our taxpayers, that's absolutely wonderful.
Madam President, if I may just ask one other question.
Yes, Mr. McInerney.
Is the county still putting up money out of its own budget for this program?
Through you, Madam President, yes, we do help support and fund this project.
And that was because we lost some funding previously from New Jersey Transit, I think it was.
That was a good piece of the revenue had been lost by the state coffers, so the county stepped up and funded that portion that was cut out.
Yeah, thank you.
Freeholder Siebold?
Thank you. I would just like to commend Michael Vieira, who's with us tonight, who takes care of this transportation funding for the county and does a wonderful job in terms of this reverse commute so people can get to work. And he's to be commended for all the work that he does.
This, if I may, Madam,
Yes,
this is
Mr.
really
McInerney.
an important
Yes,
grant that we have.
It is.
Provides transportation, people who otherwise would not be able to get to and
Exactly.
from work, so.
exactly.
Yeah, it really is and that's why the county stepped up.
And he does a terrific job in keeping
Yes,
up
he
with
does.
this.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Do I have a mover and a second
I'll
to
move
take
it.
39 through 42? Moved by Freeholder Siebold. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Freeholder Richardson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bobadilla.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Gill.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Toro.
Yes.
Freeholder President Timberlake.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Mr. Chilala?
Thank you, Madam President. A few meetings back, this board approved a contract for bridge rehabilitation to Perillo. At the time, he was not available, but he is with us this evening to go over the scope of services of the project. Just to refresh the board's memory, this was a contract that had to do with our three bridges, the Bridge Street Bridge, the Clay Street Bridge, and the Jackson Street Bridge. So I know the board had requested his presence. He's here this evening. If I can call him up to the microphone. Mr. Perillo?
Hi, Mr. Perillo. Good evening. Thank you very much for coming out. Can you explain the project and exactly what the work is going to entail?
Yeah, the majority of the work is to take place on Clay Street Bridge, but the work consists of Clay Street, Bridge Street, and Jackson Street. The majority of it is replacing the sidewalk on Clay Street and some deteriorated steel beams under the roadway. That would be maybe 60% of the work on Clay Street, and then you have some minor sidewalk and steel repair on Bridge Street, as well as guide rail replacement that's been damaged to previous automobile accidents. Jackson Street has maybe 10% of the work, guide rail replacement, maybe 4 sections of sidewalk and curb. That's not really much of the scope of work on Jackson. Most of it is on Clay Street.
Thank you. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Freeholder Richardson?
Yeah, I have a question. You're a union shop, and if so, what locals do you work with?
Local 472, local 825.
Thank
Freeholders, any other questions or comments? Mr. McInerney? Ms. Salam? Well, thank you very much for coming out to explain that to us. That is our practice. A representative from the company come if it's awarded over a certain dollar amount. And I'm glad to see that you're feeling better.
Thank you.
And that you're here to explain the project to us. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Freeholders, are there any report of board committees? Okay, today we had a meeting, it's the Board of a Whole for the Banking Review Committee, and the meeting went very well. We met with just the administration just to go over what is to be expected January 4th when the banks do come before us. Each of you will have a survey. I already have a survey that has been emailed to you, and that is what we will work from to ask questions to the banks to see what it is that they're doing for our community, our communities throughout the county, and use that as an additional tool to measure, where, or to decide, I should say, to determine where, we allocate our deposits. So thank you for the freeholders that did attend, and for the freeholders that were unable to be present. If you have any questions or comments, you know exactly who to contact, and we'll get you whatever it is that you need so that we can make an informative decision on January 6th when the vote is there. Are there any legislative reports? Any written communication? Any unfinished business? New business to discuss? Now I'm going to open back up to public comment session. If there's any member of the public wishing to speak on any issue at all, please come forward to the microphone, state your name and affiliation for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak, monitored by the clock to my right. Good evening, Mr. Cowboy.
Good evening, Council, Madam President. I don't want to sound like a dried-up prune, but I wanted to be here last week, but it was
And Mr.
raining.
Cowboy, state your name and affiliation for the record.
All right, Cowboy. I'm 66 Dayton Street, Cowboy Ranch House. I'm trying to work with the county and work with the everybody here that is doing so well. I see things really being accomplished, and I see things the way the park is going and the construction and all the things. I like the way it is going. But what I wanted to speak on is there's some things that maybe you don't know about or would like to know about, and the way that some of the contracts that are given. I don't believe that the money-wise is any problem there, but I do believe that there's problems in who's handling the project. As far as I know, is like the trees and things that's in that park. There's a lot of things that need to be taken care of, and I feel that there's a lot of reasons why those trees and limbs and things are falling apart. Maybe the airport with the fuel coming from the airport that's dropping out, because I've seen a lot of damage being done to the trees. But one thing about the trees, it's 100 years or more they grow, and the trees are very solid. But what happens, I think they're affected by the branches and things that are thinner than the trunks, which is breaking off and is causing a lot of damage to the fences and things about that. I don't believe in going and cutting down the trees because it's causing the limbs and things. I think if their limbs and things are taken care of, it would kind of cut the cancer out the trees to keep the trees, give more life to the trees. I see the trees that's cut down, the trunk is very solid, but it's not the trunk or the tree that has to be cut. I think it's a pruning of the branches. Now, I think that I don't know what the tree people are doing, but I think it needs to be discussed to take care of pruning those trees and cutting out the bad parts of the trees that are bad. And I wanted to say that because I feel that a lot of the branches and things are falling off the trees, and it's going to be a lot of destruction of the trees through the winter. And I would like to say that also about the trees that are in that playground has to be taken around and where the water can be plain for the trees to suck up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cowboy. As is our practice, we will respond to you in writing, and thank you so much for your courage to come forth and bring your the issue of concern. Is there any other member of the public that'd like to come forward and speak at this time? Please state your name and affiliation for the record. You'll have 3 minutes to speak, monitored by the clock to my right.
Good evening, Madam President, chosen freeholders, Douglas Freeman, Weequahic Park, Boston Authority President. The trees that we have taken down were affected by termites, Japanese beetles, and decay. And they also, the branches, was affected by unknown sources. All the trees that which the reported complainer is reporting about needed to come down. They were inspected, and these was identified as potential hazards, and we took them down to keep it safe for our citizens and people who are visiting Weequahic Park. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman, for your statement. Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak at this time? Mr. Tedesco, you've been quiet all year. Okay, Madam Clerk, let the record reflect no one else is wishing to speak at this time. Moving now to Freeholder comment session. Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Okay, Freeholder Richardson.
Yeah, just want to commend you on the banking meeting that we had today. It was outstanding. I think we're going to get, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to do some good work in the upcoming year because of that stuff. So thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move it.